Hi, I'm Eric the Red.
And I'm Rickshaw Tom.
And today we're taking a look at energy drink root beer.
Craziness!
What?
What's your cup of tea, mate? What's your cup of tea, mate? Look there. Okay.
Last week I made some kind of comment about how, bring forward an energy drink root beer, and I'll be impressed about the crossover between energy drinks and soda. And there it fucking is.
So we've been sitting in this room
for the past week, just waiting.
Delightful little can. I picked this up when I was at Rhode Island Comic Con. There was a dedicated energy drink booth, which was kind of interesting.
Was it all the same brand? Was it different
It was.
brand?
They were selling like this concentrated syrup that you're meant to pour into other beverages to caffeinate it.
How many gallons did you buy?
They were charging some exorbitant amount of money for these bottles. It was like, I don't even remember, $15, $20 for a single bottle.
I need to at least take a look at this week's beverage. I think I've glanced at this in our fridge, but
you just didn't put the brown together?
I didn't read it. It was just there. It was blended in with everything else from our back of the fridge series. And I didn't give it a second thought. I didn't think brown. Root beer.
Brown.
That's some good brown.
So this is XS Energy Drink Root Beer Blast with other natural flavors.
What other natural flavors could there be?
And also, I think this is the first energy drink that we've ever done that is actually manufactured by a multi-level marketing pyramid scheme company.
What the fuck?
So this is an Amway product. I didn't realize it until, quite a long time later.
What rung are we on?
Well, with what we've been saying about it, we're probably one.
They've kicked us off the pyramid. We are stampeding down it.
So
we have been locked inside the tomb.
It's worth noting that that's what
sugar,
it is. And it is a sugar-free root beer drink. And because we're normally not really ones to think ahead in terms of comparing something with what it's supposed to taste like, I found this bottle of an old-fashioned glass bottle, small batch root beer. That's probably the most authentic root beer I've ever seen.
But not sugar-free.
No, but this is in terms of root beer, this is probably the best you're going to get. It's made in Australia, and the ingredients include such weird things as actual cane sugar and molasses. Old-timey stuff that people liked.
Most of the time you look at an ingredient list and you find corn syrup, other sugar, or several varieties of artificial sweetener, and this is cane sugar and molasses.
Among other things.
All right.
But it's a very old-timey, relatively pure root beer drink. And I honestly don't think I've ever had an authentic of this caliber root beer. So that'll be interesting in and of itself.
And it's called Bundaberg.
And it's made in Australia.
Good day. All right, full disclosure. How caffeinated are you?
Under for the day, actually. I had one energy drink this morning. And that was it. I usually do two.
I had an energy drink this morning. I think that the Rockstar Punch from the fridge was mine. Think so. And some caffeinated shampoo on a shower about an hour and a half ago, I'd say.
All right. So.
Fairly. Relatively.
All right. Well, we should stop talking and start drinking.
All right.
And since it was your grand wish to do a root beer energy drink, we'll let you go ahead with it. And hey, in front of the camera, man.
I don't know how to be a showman. Oh, I'm savoring this. It's percolating.
It sounds brightly carbonated.
And
is that purple colored?
No, it's root beer colored, man.
Oh, okay.
Dude,
it must be something with the...
I think it's the green.
Yeah, the
from
green wall reflecting
us.
through the brown.
Something.
And so.
Damn it, man. Brown.
Oh yeah, I see it now.
Are you gonna
It's just fun to say.
It is fun to say.
So it looks more like cream soda than root beer. But then again, I don't remember that last time I drank root beer out of a clear vessel. It's a little darker than
root beer. It's root beer. Root beer. Cheers.
To good health. Wow, that smells sweet.
To good health and good decisions, bad decisions. I don't know what kind of a decision this is. It's root beer. It is.
It doesn't taste like root beer to me.
No, it still tastes like root beer, but it tastes more like the root beer candies. It tastes like imitation root beer flavoring.
It tastes like what a food scientist thinks root beer should taste like.
Right. Root beer barrel candy.
Yeah, it's...
Or those... I know what it is. Those extra sugar-free dessert gums. The root beer float.
I've never had that one, but I'll take your word for it. What is this sweetened with?
Beer?
Premium
Roots?
ingredients from around the globe.
I don't know, but I'm very curious as to like that scan thing.
Oh, wow.
Can we do that?
I mean, you can, but it's just going to direct you to a website. So their primary sweetener, surprisingly, is Ace K.
The fuck is an Ace K?
It's a sweet type of potassium they use as an artificial sweetener. It's in the Monster blend. It's in they usually mix it in with a lot of other sweeteners.
But is that like the primary sweetener?
Yes, it is. It's above natural flavors and caffeine. Oh, there's Splenda in it too. So, and there's an herbal blend of ginseng, quinquefolium root, whatever the hell that is.
Let's see if that's also on this ingredient list.
I wouldn't think so.
Carbonated. Okay. I'm honestly looking forward to this more than the energy drink, even though there's no caffeine in it. Licorice root extract. That's a lot of different types of root. Water, sugar, molasses, ginger root, sarsaparilla root. Sarsaparilla root.
Sarsaparilla!
Licorice root, vanilla bean, yeast, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
that sounds about right.
Yeah,
I mean, your typical root beer is a combination of different
Do I have to
flavors.
finish this?
Come on, I did.
I'm going to. Now, Eric.
And also, something I'm noting about that glass bottle that makes me smile.
I don't care enough to
review,
to give it a number.
Well, we're not reviewing yet. We got to compare it to regular.
I know.
And there's a little bit left in here for us to do a final comparison. But the thing I like about this one that makes me smile is that it's got a good old-fashioned pull tab on it. We haven't seen one of these in over a decade.
And it's not the Obama kind, is it? That's different. That is not the same.
So, it's neat. I mean, that's something I always enjoyed about Bombas.
It smells a lot more bitter than...
Good.
Yeah.
This Amway stuff is way too sweet.
I'll agree that
look, you can't even see through that.
What I expect out of it. That's the color of root beer.
Yeah, there we go.
That's like real root beer. Removing hair from it.
Root behair.
God damn it, man. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Donnie. No. 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 No.
This is
It tastes like black licorice. It tastes like just black licorice. It doesn't taste the way I know root beer. You know how I said I wanted us to do root beer? I've changed my mind. I'm going home. I am home. Fuck.
Well, I apologize. I had no intentions of doing this root beer drink and having it be so disappointing.
We are not comparing these two drinks. They are not the same at all. The only way that this is authentic root beer is that it contains roots in it. And it's... Do you know what they...
Maybe this is what root beer used to taste like.
Hold on. Google, help me. Go on, vamp. I'm looking at something.
Well, while Tom's doing that, it's so strange. I thought this was just going to be like I don't know, take me back to childhood root beer, or maybe just my idea of what actual root beer is has just been so skewed over time, because the only access we really have to it is mass-produced Barks, A&W, the stuff in the glass bottles in the grocery store. I mean, what is authentic root beer?
Common ingredients include vanilla, cherry tree bark, wintergreen, molasses, and licorice root, cinnamon, among others.
I knew wintergreen and vanilla were big ingredients. I don't taste any vanilla. I don't think I taste any wintergreen.
Mm-hmm. But, all right, I knew I wasn't wrong in thinking this, but I wanted to make sure. Typically is sweet birch root. That's what it's missing.
Yeah, there's I don't think there's any birch in that.
There's a very distinct lack of sweetness in it, despite having natural cane sugar and molasses. But now we're reviewing the fucking shit beer.
Because we don't even care about this.
No, but that was mild. That was a mild flavor.
It was, here's what Americans think root beer tastes like.
It might be root beer, but this is just a, no, you fucked up root beer! Assholes. Grumble.
Yeah.
Most commercial recipes do not contain sassafras. Is that?
It's what I believe that's the ingredient.
Name for sarsaparilla?
Sassafras. I think it was sassafras root that used to be one of the primary flavors in root beer that is, I think it's technically toxic. I mean, it was okay in really small amounts, but I think it's one of those things that they just, due to the fact that it could impact your health, like natural almond flavor. It has traces of cyanide in it because of how it's sourced.
That's how I like
it. From stone fruits.
I wish this had a little bit of cyanide in it.
Well, I'm sorry. I had no idea this one was going to be so and then I thought this was going to be the shining grace of this. I mean, I was all excited because it was in a glass bottle, it had a pull tab.
That's where they spent their money.
So
I'm sorry, dude. It's a good thing that you still have that Barks in the other room.
Well, I don't think we can leave the episode like this.
No.
I think we have to. We're not far enough removed from that terrible seltzer drink. We need to do we're just. I think
she's trying to be a good helper.
I understand, but root beer. We're gonna have to rethink this whole thing.
We're not even like.
We're just mad because it doesn't taste like the root beer we want.
It tastes like straight black licorice and.
So it is,
and hatred and anger. And the worst aftertaste in the world.
And I was hoping it might not necessarily come to this, but
there was a surprise in this episode.
The idea was there just in case, but.
What are you doing, man? The fuck kind of bag is that? The fuck kind of bags are those?
They're bags that
we are having technical difficulties.
That came thanks to a very kind individual on the internet. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I'll put it down in the comments down below. But he really helped me out on this. So to make up for the fact that this root beer was so terrible.
Holy fuck! Holy fuck!
An actual, live, unexpired bottle of
Where
Bama.
the fuck does this come from?
A very kind stranger on the internet.
He found... Wait a minute. Was this the other energy drink reviewer guy?
No. He's a collector of energy drinks. He sources them from all over the world for his own collection, and he then, if he gets duplicates, he turns around and gets rid of his duplicates.
This was the original energy drink that got me turned on to energy drinks. This, feel free to correct me. I was seeing these in stores before I had heard of Red Bull. But
it was right around the year 2000. This is where this whole series and everything we're doing, that's where this comes from. And that's why it's so important to save this episode from that shit root beer.
Oh, God. All right, do you pull? Do I pull? Who pulls? I'll hold the bottle, you pull the tab. Get down.
Just look at that. It is a pull tab, and this is a glass grenade. So
good luck getting that through customs. How did he mail it to us?
In a very heavily padded bag. So
That'll do.
So you want to just
Indeed.
We don't want to spill any. So
Any. All right, my mistake. That is exactly the same kind of pull tab. But look at that. Oh no, Eric. There's stuff left in our glasses. Sacrifice.
look how carbonated that is. That's insane.
You mean how explodey it is?
Yeah. And I forgot that these popped when you open them. I forgot all about
But they're
that.
carbonated.
No, but like because of it's not so much a pop as a crack. It actually cracks.
Pours very slowly.
Oh, it's a tiny little.
You know what it is? It's like from Brewfest, Beerfest, because it makes the bubble right in that when you pour.
Yeah, there's condensation. Condensation points.
This smells more like Red Bull than I remember it.
Oh, so I was saying when we were doing Red Bull about it being an Austrian drink. This is the Austrian drink that I was remembering. So this is made in Austria, and that's probably why it's so hard to get here. There's only a couple of places in this country that even import it.
Isn't it?
They don't bottle it here. It has to be they import the whole thing.
It's mostly in New Jersey because everything's legal in New Jersey.
So,
to nostalgia.
After all this time,
this is just the nostalgia episode, isn't it?
Yep. 10 years ago we did Snow Days, and that got us started on the YouTube track.
We have 2 minutes left.
And now, well, we can restart the camera. This is important.
This is important.
So,
that camera too.
What's
Now we can edit
these
this part.
These aren't going to run out. That will, and then we'll restart it.
All right, let's edit that little bit out. 'Cause I'm addicted.
Here we go.
Do you talk or I talk? How does this work?
You
Should
see,
it have
this
stayed
is
in nostalgia.
no. This is advertised as classic energy drink, and that's exactly what the flavor is. It's very reminiscent of Red Bull, but it's more subtle.
It doesn't have the overwhelming sweetness to it. Instead, it's got the sour candy punchy in the back of the throat flavor.
But it's not so tart that it, makes you want to pucker or...
Oh, it's totally making me pucker. No homo.
Man. It's the same drink after all this time. I think.
I'm having trouble remembering the flavor, but then again, I have a decade of college level drinking between then and now.
And not just of the energy variety.
Oh yeah. I do drink alcohol, don't I?
Hashtag booze for the caffeinated.
Yeah. It was a busy week. Get over it.
Ingredient-wise, I mean, there's nothing overly special about it. I will say, though, this is a sugar drink, so it's not a corn syrup drink. It's not sugar-free either, but it's at least, plain-ass sugar.
But I've missed this.
It's interesting how they do the labeling on here.
Explain.
They like the ingredients. They don't just list the ingredients in a descending order. Can you push the record button on that camera so we can get going?
I think so.
Ah!
We're back!
They break it up by category. So there's your base ingredients, which are water and sugar, and then it lists the acids that are in it,
Okay.
the vitamins that are in it, and the colors that are in it.
If you think about it, then it's probably still in the same order, but...
Also, what's interesting is they put lactic acid in this.
Lactic acid?
Yeah, it's...
So I wouldn't recommend using this as a workout enhancer, because if you get lactic acid, that's what makes your muscles burn when you're working out.
But it's also... it's what's present in a lot of sour beers that make them tart. There's also citric acid. They list carbon dioxide as an acid, because it is. It's neat.
Oh.
And acidity regulator sodium citrate. So, and they list the base
Does
that
it say
balances
what kind of caffeine it is?
No, they don't. They don't list the... Although it says caffeine and then in parentheses 0.03%. That's the only number like that they list on here.
Doesn't say how much caffeine.
No, they don't.
Let me see that.
You could probably find that online, though. You don't have to find it right now.
I do!
But it's...
How much caffeine is in Bomber?
I doubt they're going to find that.
Bomber.
Bomber.
Caffeine in Bomb energy drink.
Sorry, we don't have to worry about it now.
Okay.
So...
I've missed it. Not that much. But
it was our mythical great white whale.
But that, even then, it wasn't called classic energy drink because there was no classic energy drink at that time.
It just was.
Mm-hmm.
I assume that's just a differentiator because, like any other brand, they have a wide rainbow of other drinks. So, I don't know. I'm happy. I'm in...
75 milligrams.
Well, that's not bad for a 8.45 ounce bottle.
Yeah. Gotta wonder how expensive it is, though, seeing as it was just a kindly stranger who found it for us. Pass that bottle.
Drinking it out of the bottle, that really takes it back. Pouring it out's one thing, but just feeling that thick glass on your mouth.
I don't think over the years of us guzzling this, we've ever broken a bottle.
No, it's very thick glass. I mean, you could really use that as a weapon. It looks like it, and you could probably hurt someone with it.
Or you could use it to start a riot. Take your pick.
Make a Molotov cocktail using bomba bottles.
It's okay. It's just an energy drink.
So,
fuck.
So are we just gonna not even talk about the root beer anymore?
What root beer?
So we're just not going to talk about the root beer anymore.
It gets a 3.5.
You're going that high.
Yeah, I'm going that high because it's still like a mild root beer flavor, and even though it's not what root beer should be, then it's still overall pleasant. And I mean, it's more... I want to kick its ass for fucking up root beer, though, so that's why I'm going that low. It's the artificial root beer flavor that is reminiscent in root beer flavored lollipops, gums, and other candies. But overall, it's just...
Yeah, 3.5. That's yeah. I think it's being generous.
You're just mad because it doesn't taste like regular root beer. And maybe you're taking off this...
No, this is just like...
This gets a 1. Because nobody likes black licorice anyway.
I don't think we should even score it.
No,
it was just there for a flavor comparison, and it utterly failed.
Yeah.
We just wanted something that tasted like root beer, but I mean, the saving grace to that is the fact that it was so bad that it made me reveal
you weren't sure if you were going to do it.
I've had this for a little while.
You son of a bitch.
I was just like, what is going to be an appropriate time to use this? And then I sort of told myself, okay, one of these days we're going to have something that's just so bad, we're going to need to save it.
I didn't even question the bag in the corner. Well, I've been ripping ass, so what do you say we review Bomba and get the fuck out of the stink chamber? I'm sorry I'm farting in your onesie.
So, Bomba Classic. When we're reviewing it as a drink is not necessarily how it compares to our memory of said drink. So this is just as it sits in this yellow grenade.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
It's sweet. It's pleasant. It's not really medicinal. It's like it's
a little too tart for me.
I don't mind it actually.
Well,
so, but
7?
I think it's solid. I think it's a little more solid than that. I was going to give it an 8. So I think between a 7.5 for classic Bomba, and considering the avalanche of nostalgia it had up against it, I think is a very fair score. And it's not expired. That was the biggest thing. It is not expired.
I'm just surprised that the dude collects energy drinks and not energy drink cans and bottles, because I've thought about collecting them. I've just never been able to go without drinking them.
Well, I mean, there are a lot of bottle collectors out there that do that.
It is almost 9:30 at night, though, and we've just
It's getting late.
one energy drink each between us. I think I gotta burn off some energy, though.
I think that's a good idea.
All right.
Because as I was saying earlier, it is the 10-year.
You found it. You finish it.
You can give Carol a taste.
Fine.
So as it is the 10-year anniversary of our original weird, fucked up idea of the Snow Days Tom and a Speedo jumping around winter video.
I was having a time period where I wanted to just push myself as hard as I could in, like, everything, including, like, temperature variance.
It was also the very early days of YouTube. It was 2007. And it was just the Wild West back then. No one really knew what you had to do to get fame on YouTube or get internet famous. It was the early days of the viral video.
This was back when the Heroes first came out, and they had the joke, I'm gonna put this on YouTube and make $1 million. YouTube's free, you idiot! That was before people could make a living on YouTube.
Yep, and now we're trying. We'll let you know when we've made $1.
We are almost at enough to cover 50 cents?
But when we get enough money to buy an energy drink with it, we will let you know. That will be our first fully funded fan review. But for now, it's still snowing. We're going to go outside and do something fucking stupid.
You're going to film me doing something stupid. You're going to be telling me to do it.
That's what I said. We're going to go outside and watch Tom do something fucking stupid.